Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name's Haziq Ali. It's time to rep your city. Give me a replay, gang. If you're watching the replay, put your city in the lights, man. Like let us know where we got some family at. You know what I mean? Also, what kind of business do you have? How do you help people? That's what we want to know, really. What we really want to know is how do you help people? You know what I mean? Like, what is it you do to be a couple of trainings ago, we did this whole thing. We did this whole deep dive into ways to look more like a consultant than a salesperson. Like stop calling them customers. We say call them clients. You know what I mean? A customer is just somebody that gives you money for a transaction, right? But a client is somebody that's under your protection. What I want to know is how do you help people? How do you help people? Shout yourself out. Good morning, millionaires. We got them checking in from YouTube. We got them checking in from LinkedIn. Starting to come in from Facebook. Let's go. Somebody share this broadcast. Please like this thing, comment, share. If you haven't followed me yet, make sure you follow me at Mr. Haziq Ali on Instagram. Mr. Haziq Ali on Instagram. Let's get it. Oh man, my partner is crazy. But anyway, yeah, check us out on LinkedIn. Check us out on YouTube. If you tuning in on Facebook, we want to know about it. Let us know what city you checking in from. Let's go. Yeah, Brooklyn, New York is in the house. My man Shiz checking in first. Let's go, baby. Young Coco's in the house. What's up, Chanel? How you doing? Yeah, that means Naptown is in the house. Let's get it. Good morning, Naraya. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you share this broadcast. Make sure you like it. Make sure you spread the word to somebody. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to call in on this line.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of
That's a fact. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Thank you.
That's today's topic, y'all.
Please announce yourself.
Share this with somebody. Let them know we in the house. Hold up.
Please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash.
I didn't mean to do that.
If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash.
I already entered my PIN, yo. Hold up.
Thank you.
All right.
Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay. I think we in the house, baby. I think we in the house. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. So make sure you like this thing. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. We got like a few dozen of us here and only 2 likes. This is my life. You know what I mean? Can you please like this thing? You please comment and say something like good morning and then share it. I'm going to give you some stuff to share in a minute because whether we realize it or not, we're always trying to be persuasive. Like when you watch like politicians, like the Orange Man. Y'all ever seen the Orange Man talk? It's to the point where when you imitate him, you can imitate him using his body language. You know what I mean? Y'all ever notice that? Yeah. That's because body language is more persuasive than you think. When it comes to persuasion, the main thing you're going for is likability. Think about the last time somebody persuaded you to do something, right? Odds are you appreciated this individual. Odds are you trusted this guy or this gal. And what I would assume is that they didn't use pushy language. They probably didn't use a bunch of forceful gestures. And even though you might be unable to pinpoint exactly what they did to persuade you specifically, I bet you they were likable. I bet you if they persuaded you, they were likable in some way. Can I get a witness? Is somebody willing to ride with me on that? Likability equals persuasion. That's the first thing I want you to type into your comments. Likability equals persuasion. Somebody type that in the comments. Likability equals persuasion.
All participants are muted.
Likability equals persuasion. And then give me a share. Let me make sure y'all awake, man. Likability equals persuasion. Somebody give it up. Likability equals persuasion. Yeah, Jazzy. Likability equals persuasion. What's up, Deshaun? Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, we got the other Chanel checking in. Let's go. Let's go. Likability equals persuasion. I want somebody to type that in the comments and give me a share. And then I'm going to move on to the next point. Somebody give it to me. Likability equals persuasion. What's up, Hakeem? Let's go. YouTube checking in. Facebook checking in. We got LinkedIn checking in. Somebody give it to me. Likability equals persuasion. Exactly. Likability equals persuasion. That's exactly right. This is what I want you to understand, y'all. A lot of times when you're looking at someone who is very persuasive, who's very charismatic, who's able to get things done, because don't forget, if you can do it by yourself, you ain't doing much. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. So likability equals persuasion. Back in the day, they did this study where they were talking about juries, right? And they did 2 different studies to examine whether an expert's likability affected jurors' opinions. Now, we talking about juries. That means millions of dollars could be hanging in a balance. That means this could be life or death, because they did it with civil trials and they did it with criminal trials. And the results were mind-blowing as they were conclusive. Millionaires, less likable experts, the ones that got up there like jerks, I would say stuff. We got kids listening in on their way to school and stuff, so I ain't gonna say the word that came to my mind. But the bottom line is this: less likable experts are always less persuasive. If you put a likable expert against an unlikable expert, the guy that's likable is always going to win. Another thing for you to remember is that you're constantly trying to persuade people, whether you admit it or not. That's why one of my favorite things to talk about is how people that don't like sales got life wrong. You better learn to like it, because all day that's what you're doing. I hate to tell you, every interaction with your coworkers, every interaction with your clients, every interaction with your potential clients, every interaction with your friends, you are trying to persuade them of something. This is not being manipulative. It's something that we naturally do. It's something that's innate. It's something that's subconscious. And whether you do it consciously or subconsciously, you're doing things that make you more likable, or check this out, you're doing things that make you less likable. And body language is one of these significant things that are usually unconscious, but it's always going to be a part of your likability. It's always going to be a part of your persuasion. This is good news if you're somebody that wants to be more likable. This is good news if you're somebody who wants to be more persuasive. Somebody write this in the comments. How to win friends and influence people. How to win friends and influence people. That's an incredible book. You should probably pull that up on YouTube while you vibing out at lunchtime. Maybe don't kick it with your loser coworkers. Maybe don't kick it with your annoying, usual buddies that you always talk to, where it's like they have nothing to talk about except, what's going on in some celebrity's life, crap like that. Maybe throw on a book. The only difference between you this year and you next year is the books you read and the people that you vibe out with, right? That's the only difference between you this year and you next year. Well, what I'm saying is How to Win Friends and Influence People talks about a lot about what I'm about to cover in terms of the strategy. But what I'm going to do today is give you some tactics. I'm going to give you 4 different things, because there are some straightforward things you can do about your body language that will enhance your persuasiveness, that will enhance your likability, right? So here's the first one I'm going to give you. This is going to sound crazy. You ready, Daryl? Daryl made it in. You ready? You ready, Jacqueline? Jacqueline made it in. All right, y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, how to win friends and influence people, coach. Exactly. Check this out, y'all. Tilt your head. Tilting your head. You ever notice when you're really listening to somebody, you kind of like a little doggy, like, arr, arr. Well, you notice what your dog does? Check it out. When you feel safe, you naturally tilt your head. The next time you with a close family member, right, or you with a loved one, observe the number of times somebody tilts their head. I love people watching. People watching gets so fascinating when you learn a couple of these things. Jot this in your notes. Observe how often people tilt their head in close interactions, right? This is a part of what your brain, what neurologists call your brain's limbic response. It's like a limbic brain response, because what a head tilt does, it exposes your jugular vein, right? This puts you in a vulnerable position. This becomes a subconscious sign of respect. This becomes a subconscious sign of trust. You're letting your jugular vein out there. This is the kind of vulnerability we display around babies, right? To make them feel more at ease, make them feel more comfy. We also send this message to convey comfort and love and confidence to people that we rock with. So tilt your head. When you're trying to persuade somebody, they're more likely to see your perspective if they feel safe. Does that make sense? Can we all agree there? They're more likely to see it your way if they feel comfortable. And tilting your head is a simple way to say to them, you can trust me because I trust you. Look at all this jugular vein I'm giving you. You get what I'm saying to you? Tilting your head is a dope way for you to demonstrate your attentiveness. It's an easy way for you to demonstrate that you care, that you trust the people you're around. It's a really simple gesture, but you're communicating. Never forget what they taught you, right? The communication is majority tonality. After that comes body language. And then after that comes the actual words you're using. Isn't that crazy? Well, this simple gesture, gesture where you're tilting your head, what it does is it communicates to other people that you're listening instead of thinking about other things. Write this down in the comments. I'm going to type it, but I want you to type it too, right? This is an important word. If you really want to learn how to be more, it's called isopraxis. Isopraxis. You should jot that in your notes. Isopraxis, y'all. Isopraxis is body echoing. If you want to become a doper people watcher, study isopraxis. This is a phenomenon where people replicate other people's body language, right? If you notice multiple people have their heads tilted, right? Chances are they're more engaged. Chances are they're going to stay in the conversation a lot longer than they would usually. And what you're watching is rapport being built. When you see everybody kind of doing like this, like when you look in the audience and you're speaking and whatnot, when you see them doing like this, that's a good sign, baby. That's a good sign. But when you're one-on-one with people and you start to do this, or you mirror them when they do this, et cetera, so forth, y'all are creating rapport. Y'all are creating a better bond with each other. It's called isopraxis. Isopraxis. If you listen on the phone line, you spell it ISOPRAXIS. Isopraxis. Yeah. Man, this morning training wouldn't be nothing without David, right? Isopraxis. All right, here's the second one. Y'all ready? Second hack I got for you is standing with your legs crossed. Standing with your legs crossed. You know what you do when you're feeling nervous? Everybody notice what you do? You plant your feet, right? Whenever you feel uneasy, whenever you feel unsteady, you plant your feet, right? Because you want to maintain your balance. Listen, the same desire to stay grounded is exactly why when people are in an uncomfortable conversation, they do the same thing, right? You could be near the edge of a tall building, checking out the view, right? You could be in an uncomfortable social situation. You tend to plant your feet, and then you probably do like this too. You probably cross your legs so that you get more steady on your feet. Why? Because standing near the edge of a building or being in an uncomfortable kind of like social situation, they provide a threat, right? It activates a person's fight or flight safeguards. It activates this thing in your brain that says it's time for me to protect myself. And planting your feet is one way you unconsciously protect yourself. So what am I saying? I'm saying again, if you need a friend, be a friend. If you want somebody to trust you, trust somebody. You get what I'm saying? Because the opposite is also going to be true. You'll have no problem crossing your legs when you feel comfortable. The instability of standing on one foot is only possible if you're totally safe. You get that? Crossing your legs is another real simple way to signify to other people that you are non-threatening, that you are grounded, that you are secure. And guess what they're going to do? This is why home events work so well, whether you're doing some kind of Tupperware party, whether you're selling credit services, whether you're selling wigs, you know what I mean? Home parties and parties where because you're almost saying to them, look, I trust you enough to be in my home. Next thing you know, they trust you enough to buy something. Isopraxis comes in here too, because a lot of times You'll know if you really rocking with the person, if they rocking with you, when you cross your legs and then they cross their legs too. Next thing you know, they start to mirror you, right? Now you can mirror them as well. You can mirror them doing this, and then after you guys have like a certain point, you know, you can uncross your arms and then they'll uncross theirs. You got to do it like Jesus. You got to meet the people where they are, and then you can lead them. You get what I'm saying to you? Check it out. Just you crossing your legs, you know, just you getting them to cross theirs, their defenses will start to soften. They'll start to lower their guard, right? Now the conversation lasts longer. A longer conversation means you got more time to communicate face to face. You with me, right? That's going to be helpful in building rapport. Everybody with me? I don't care if it's a business relationship or a personal relationship. Those are the first two I got for you. So somebody write, tilting your head. That was number one. If you're just now getting here, tilting your head. Tilting your head and crossing your legs. Not your arms, crossing your legs. Those are the first two hacks. Hey, and while we're here, man, don't forget, if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift, grab your Color Me Millionaire coloring book, your vision board coloring book. Let me tell y'all something about this vision board, because I'm seeing everybody doing these vision board parties and everything. Man, this is a cold coloring book, because it has the affirmations, it has the note sheets for when you're watching a morning call, but then it has all these crazy images you can color in. Like check it out. It is wild that on the cover of this coloring book, I have a Bentley and I drive a Bentley. You know what I mean? It's like I manifested it. Now, you know, whatever, I have a different Bentley than this one in the cup, but you get what I'm saying to you? Vision boards work, y'all. You should buy a bunch of these for your children. You only pay one shipping cost. It's the world's first vision board coloring book. It's the world's first vision board affirmation coloring book. I've never seen one before in my life, so we decided to invent one. It's called Color Me Millionaire, and it's the perfect stocking stuffer. You only pay shipping once, so get like 4 or 5 of them. You can do that at millionaireminded.com. Okay, shameless promotion done. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled program. Y'all got me? Yeah. You get it off of millionaireminded.com, man. It's some cold images in this joint. Like there's this other image with the fireplace in the bedroom. I now have a fireplace in my bedroom. Ain't that crazy? Vision boards work, y'all. Vision boards work. It's crazy. So if you go to millionaireminded.com, look at that. You see how it says, you see I got a fireplace in the bedroom? I promise you, when I created this, I did not have a fireplace in my bedroom. But it really works. Go to those vision board parties, y'all. Buy a bunch of these wholesale and then sell them at the vision board party. Put people on. Affirmations and visualization work. Listen to me now, believe me later on, baby. All I can do is just tell you what I did. You know, I'm trying to tell you something real. All right, here we go. So yeah, millionaireminded.com. They really do. All right, here's a third one I got for you. Just smiling, y'all. Simply smiling. Smiling is number 3. So if number 1 was tilting your head, right? And number 2 was crossing your legs. Number 3 is simply smiling. Whether you realize it or not, your emotions are infectious. When you have a bad mood and you walk into that person's, do you realize that you start to get everybody else in a bad mood? When you're feeling like kind of down, you know, you'll start talking like this. And then the person you're talking to will talk like this. And then you'll be like, why am I whispering? What's going on right now? That's more isopraxis. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, if you smile, you use these powers for good. Emotions are infectious, and this includes happiness, y'all. A lot of times happiness is transferred just through a smile. Think about it. It's real hard to frown at a smiling person. Can I get a witness? When somebody smiles, these neurotransmitters that are associated with lowering anxiety, right? These neurotransmitters that are associated with increasing happiness, they start to get released, right? So smiling at somebody during an interaction improves your own mood, which increases your charisma and helps the other person feel more positive. We was just at this timeshare presentation, and listen, the whole time they was trying to sell us the timeshare, they smiling, they just like, but then at the end, when I was like, nah, you know, I was like, okay, bye, because I'm thinking we friends and stuff. She went, Ain't nothing uglier than a fake smile. Am I right, y'all? Check it out. When somebody attributes positive experiences or positive conversations with you, likability increases, trust increases, and then you want to spend more time with this kind of person. You feel like they truly listen to you. You truly want to listen to them. What I'm saying is, smiling is going to make you a more persuasive person in all your relationships. Do not underestimate the power of a smile. Can I get somebody to type that in? Do not underestimate the power of a smile. Do not underestimate the power of a smile. It really does work. Here's the fourth one I got for you. This one's going to sound real weird. This is the last one I got for you today. Then we're going to go do our affirmations. Check this out. Pointing your feet. Pointing your feet. I think it's fascinating when you're people watching to look at the directions of people's feet when they're talking to each other, because a lot of times the direction of the person's feet kind of signifies what's on their mind, right? It indicates where their mind is focused. If the person's feet are pointed at you, then they into it, right? This is a great sign they're interested in what you're saying. But if their feet are pointed away from you, they're probably close to exiting this particular conversation. Y'all hear me? Yeah, ain't nothing uglier than a fake smile. Ain't nothing uglier than a fake smile. That's so true. That's right. That's right. That's right. Direction of the feet. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Direction of the feet. So check it out. Start looking for that. And then start watching your own feet. Kind of like the body language gestures I gave you the rest of this training. When you're pointing your feet towards a person, what that's showing them is that you're interacting with them, that you're engaged. And what it does is it encourages them to keep on talking. It's another way for you to kind of signify your interest in the person you're talking to. And what a lot of people mess up with is they're trying to be interesting instead of interested. You get what I'm saying? The more interested you are, the better relationships you're going to build. Again, that's in How to Win Friends and Influence People. Somebody write that in the comments and give me a share. It's not too late to share, right? It's not too late to share this broadcast. Somebody type this in the comments. Focus on being interested instead of interesting. That's big, y'all. Focus on being interested instead of interesting. Right? So that's the 4 I had for you this morning. Was this helpful? If you start paying attention, you're probably going to be surprised when you see what your body language is communicating to people around you. And a lot of times what you can read in the body language of others, this guy named Milton Erickson, kind of, he was stricken with polio. And so he would sit there and just kind of study the interactions of the people around him. He got struck with polio, so he was bedridden. And he would notice that when his sisters were talking to each other, this kind of no meant something completely different from this kind of no, right? This kind of agreement was just to make her sisters shut up. This kind of agreement was a sincere, and he was able to notice this strictly from body language. Nothing means nothing, y'all. What do I mean by that? I mean, the way somebody ties their shoes, the way they wear their shirt, the way they wear their dress or their pants, it all means something. It's just us that don't understand it a lot of times. It's us that do not have the level of awareness to pick up what they're saying to us or what it is. So observe these 4 natural behaviors. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to be phenomenal for you. Matter of fact, if you join the Kaizen Academy as a pro member, then you will get a coloring book or a 90-day planner for free. I don't think I have any 90-day planners here in the office, but I'll show y'all one of them tomorrow. We got all week together, baby. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you get more into what your body language is saying to other people, what their body language is saying to you. I hope you begin to use these opportunities to learn more about the people that you interact with, learn more about your customers. You know, I always tell my mentees that one of the first things you should be asking when you meet a customer is, yo, where did you hear about me? You know, if you enjoyed this, can you please like it? Can you please like it? Oh, listen, please go there to millionaireminded.com, click on products on the drop down menu. Can somebody throw it in the comments for me, and then I can put it up on the site? But yeah, Queen, if you click on products, you'll see vision board coloring book or color me millionaire, or it says something like that. I'll send out the link through the text message system. If y'all join the text message system, just text @millmind to 81010. Join the text message system. And what I'll do is I'll send out a link for the coloring boards this morning. Or if you join the Kaizen Academy as a pro, then you will get yours free. That's part of our little holiday sale. All right, y'all, it's affirmation time. Let's get it. Let's go. You ready? Call in right now. Call in right now. I was saying these same affirmations when I was sleeping in my car. You know what I mean? Ain't that crazy? It probably sound crazy. I was like, I am now a millionaire while I was sleeping in my car. Like, the police would be knocking on the window with the flashlight. Like, I can remember that. I don't know who's going through something right now, but I'm telling you, it gets greater later. But sometimes the only positive stuff you're going to hear all day is the stuff you say to yourself. And then what happens is the words become flesh. You get me? And dwell amongst us. That's what this big book about entrepreneurship says. It's this big book about entrepreneurship that be like, yo, the words become flesh and then they dwell amongst us. You get what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, good. She found it. All right, let's get it. All right, y'all, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it. Like, take your cool off. You got to say it with emotion. You ready? All right, it goes like this. I am so happy and grateful